What's happening, everyone? Time for another session of Malt Reviews. That's Mike, I'm Narby.
What's up, guys?
We're going to do the Dalmore 18-year-old. The Dalmore 18 is bottled at 43% ABV. I'll show you the color. Just like I said with the Dalmore 12, I could show you the color, but when there's colorant added to the whiskey, why does it really matter what I'm showing you? We already know there's colorant added to a lot of the Dalmores, most of the Dalmores, if not all the Dalmores. So we could show you this medium gold kind of color here, but what's the point when you already know there's caramel color added to it? This has been breathing for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's attack the nose. There's similarities to the 12-year-old, but you can definitely tell that there's a lot more to it, which you would expect with more aging. It definitely has a lot of those citrus fruits, but the citrus fruits are more candied, so it's candied citrus fruits. The citrus fruits are definitely richer. Sweet orange, sweet lemon, candied or sweet, however you want to word it, you get the point. It's creamy on the nose, like that. It's suggesting a creamy mouthfeel, just from the nose. It's got some salted cashews on the nose. Along with some milk chocolate. Milk chocolate on the nose.
Wow, yeah. Like Narby said, it starts like the 12, which will be one of our previous reviews. And the orange and lemon, and even now that I've thought about it with the 12 review, that caramelized, lemony wax wood polish of like the Port Ellen, the older Port Ellen annual release series, it's really building up strongly with the 18, with the extra age, the richness. And I'm getting all kinds of tropical fruit elements, like salted kiwis, salted kumquats, salted pink grapefruit, lemon orange strong, even molding into like some coconut. It's really interesting, the tropical fruit elements, but that like we talked about with the Dalmore 12, that kind of sweet caramelized rubbery elements, kind of peaty rubbery elements, and the lemon wax wood polish are much stronger and are really wonderful with this one.
I'm definitely getting, in addition to the fruit element, some apple. I would say some sweet red apples. But that citrus fruit is very dominant here. Definitely some vanilla. And even some very light honey as well, suggesting some nice bourbon cask influence. I think my favorite part about it is the salted cashew element, and the fact that it's going to suggest a creamy mouthfeel, at least that on the nose. Mm-hmm. Those are the two things that I like the best from it.
Yeah, and that's, whereas I talked about in the review of the 12, I wasn't really getting like those crazy Dalmore nut elements, like the almonds, the cashews, whatever. You're starting to get them in this one as we get toward 18 years old, and with everything else, it's really starting to feel like a good Dalmore.
On the palate?
Let's do it, man.
Right away, the orange and lemon, a slight hint of that apple, Definitely, definitely vanilla on the palate. A touch of oak, a touch of light spice. That cashew now is coming into play. It's got that saltiness a little bit, the salted cashews. Kind of leaves me with that. I'm trying to add more complexities to it, but that's kind of what it leaves me with mainly. The nose suggested really creamy mouthfeel. It's not as creamy as I thought it was gonna be. It doesn't have a bad mouthfeel. It has a okay. I would say it's slightly thin on the mouth, but the part that helps that is the oakiness that you're getting in the back of the tongue. That helps it from preventing it to feel too thin. It does have a thin mouthfeel. It does have that kind of watered down effect, but the oakiness helps. So I think that adds to the whiskey, that little oakiness. The 12-year-old didn't have that, so it's suggesting a little more aging. It's good. It's good. This is an expensive whiskey. It's an 18-year-old whiskey in the United States. This runs for around $150, $160. I know in the UK it goes for a little less than that. So naturally you're expecting a very high-end product. There's a lot of attack on Macallan. The Macallan 18, hey, it's $250 now. A lot of people are attacking it, rightfully so. It's not as good as the older releases. The price is going up, but I feel like it's still a very solid product that you're getting, even though you're spending a little bit more money. The finish on this, from the citrus fruits, it kind of dwindles away. It leaves me a little bit with that oak. But overall, from the fruit element of it and the nutty element of it and the slight chocolate and vanilla element of it, it kind of dwindles away again, kind of fast for an 18-year-old. So that's kind of where I'm feeling about it.
Yeah, I'd say it's similar to the 12 in that if it were, well, obviously cask strength, but if it were closer to 46% like Springbank does, or like 48%, 50%, we get a lot more out of it. I think there's a lot of good elements like the 12. There's better elements in this one, but it's just a little too watered down. It takes away a lot of it, and for the money, for an 18-year-old, I think it leaves something to be desired. The main thing is the orange and lemon, the citrus elements. They play back and forth between salty and sweet, which is really nice, a little complex, but overall for the money, I would say I want a little more out of it. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely a good whiskey. Is it worth the money? No. Can I get better whiskey for even less money? Yes. Score-wise, for me, this is an 84 out of 100. How'd you score it, Mikey?
I'll give it an 83 out of 100.
Okay. Yeah. So I want you guys to keep in mind that anything 80 or higher is considered a good whiskey. So obviously, if something is scored 70, that's kind of when we're kind of saying, hey, I don't really like this very much. But anything 80 or higher, we're definitely enjoying it, and we will gladly drink it. So, and we're pretty spoiled, as you guys have seen. We've tried a lot, so keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be scored at a 90 for us to be able to enjoy it. So anything 80 or higher is definitely considered a good whiskey. So with that being said, we'll see you guys soon for another review.